What's up, everybody? It's your boy Corey KGQ Saint here in another reaction video. This is going to be from WatchMojo.com. I'm careful to see it hasn't do some of their videos because I did get it one copyright here because of that. Then because I didn't, put a disclaimer on there, which I'm going to do for this video. It's going to be titled Top 10 Worst Video Games by this year in 2019. So I'm interested to see so far most games I see people do walkthroughs have been good ratings. So I'm trying to see which games didn't make the cut. So it's pretty long video. I don't want to talk too much during it. Let's go in and get it.
Looking too good for these games. What's up, everybody? I'm Ricky with WatchMojo, and today we'll be looking at the worst games of 2019 so far.
So welcome aboard.
Never heard this game. But a lot of these games I never
Thanks.
even heard of
For
so
this
far.
list, we're looking
I
at
think that's
games
why
that
they
we
so
feel
trash, but
really
you never
dropped
know.
the ball in the first
Probably
half of 2019. Now,
graphics,
these games are from all
controls,
genres,
those
platforms,
are
and
very
developers,
important.
so no one is left out.
Oh, that's my cue.
Crap, I saw a trailer of this.
Number 10, Bannerman.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
In itself, there's nothing wrong with relying upon a time-honored design template as the framework for your own unique work. But there comes a point where inspiration becomes shameless and sloppy copying.
Have we seen plenty games like this already?
Bannerman sadly
Curious.
falls into the latter category. A real-time strategy title unable to break free from unflattering comparisons to other, better genre works. Its
Yeah.
medieval setting is at once overly dreary and not especially memorable. Its campaign suffers from repetitive mission objectives, and AI pathing proved a most
All it is
troublesome
is
hurdle
building
for
a
players.
town.
Coupled
We
with some
see there's
explicitly
games
bug-laden
on-
mission design, it's unsurprising that Bannerman didn't precisely go over well with
On
folks.
Droids, iPhones, there's too many of this like going on nowadays. No one
Number 9, Spike Volleyball.
Spike volleyball. Are you serious?
When it comes to sports sims, a degree of technical competence
like
and an
something
emphasis
from
on accessible
PlayStation 2. I
design
ain't gonna
are
say
important
first
for
PlayStation,
success.
this
So it's a
PlayStation
bit
2
disappointing
graphics.
that both appear to have been neglected in the creation of Spike Volleyball, described by critics as a frustrating and unpolished work.
It's so trash.
Central to the game's failings is an overwhelming sense of cheapness baked into every facet,
was mine,
like
TK,
shoddy
you
player
know.
animations, simplistic textures, and ugly environments. Of course, actually playing the game isn't much better. Many have spoken of inconsistent control inputs and useless teammate AI bogging down matches.
Oh, that looks so trash.
Number 8, Dollhouse. It's entirely possible
Sorry,
that
I was
most
just
of the
putting this in my
wider
bag
gaming
right
community
quick.
weren't
The
even
gift
aware
my
of the
mother-
release of this
her
indie
birthday's
horror
coming up
title,
this week.
never mind taking the time to play it. Nevertheless, Dollhouse warrants mention by virtue of how deeply flawed and troublesome it proved to be. For starters, moment-to-moment play in Dollhouse is split between dull puzzle segments and obnoxious death traps to evade, made worse by severe glitches impeding progress.
Yeah, glitches. Yeah, that irritates a lot of people, including me whenever
The
I'm
game's
playing.
presentation doesn't exactly help matters. A lack of basic effects like fog undercut the efforts to build tension, while the monochromatic color scheme obfuscates important
It's
details
hard to
more
see.
often than not.
This memory is currently being extracted.
Oh no.
Number
man.
7, Fimble.
I can already tell the game looks pretty trash.
Developer Zaxxas evidently had a clear vision of what they wanted their latest work Fimble to be, given its deliberate blend of Norse legends and cosmic-inspired cutscene design. That makes it unfortunate that the game as a
Norseman.
whole didn't
That goes
precisely
with
take with
Thor,
players,
Odin,
who were
all them
underwhelmed at
Norseman
best and
mythology.
mildly infuriated
That was
at worst.
the new God of War was based in instead of the Greek mythology.
The game's hack-and-slash combat proved to be the most problematic aspect, at once lax in its difficulty and
Can
limited
you
in its
block?
options for experimentation. Fimble also struggles with
Can you
balancing the needs of
dodge? I'm just
gameplay and
curious.
narrative, awkwardly breaking up combat segments with its plot-heavy scenes.
But
Number
that
6,
ass.
Crackdown 3.
I tried my edit over there. I played the first Crackdown. It was okay to me. I liked it.
9
I didn't
years
play
after
2.
the release of the previous installment, Crackdown 3 showed up with the promise of an energetic open-world cityscape bolstered by personalities like Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, I love
Yet,
Terry Crews.
anyone who spent time with the
He's
game soon
hilarious.
discovered exactly how far from the truth that promise ended up being. Crackdown 3 opts to recycle the freeform besting of distinctly themed gangs from games prior and ties the player's improvement of skills to repetitive busywork. Worse still, the marketing significantly overstated Cruz's involvement in the plot and overall experience. He's at best a playable extra with hardly any meaningful screen presence. Rarely has a sandbox game of this scale turned out to be so lifeless and unremarkable. Number 5. Dangerous Driving.
Dangerous driving. Like a Need for Speed ripoff.
There's an inherent
you
risk in the
serious?
act of evoking and chasing after the legacy of beloved works. Success means recapturing the spirit of that long-ago project, but failure could do considerable damage to its
I
reputation.
don't agree with this.
In
I
the
know
case of
Mike
Dangerous
Farr game might
Driving,
be
its
something like I
creators,
don't
Three Fields
agree that
Entertainment,
they're racing
wanted
with
to
a cop
revive
car.
and
I can't-
revitalize the
I
specific
don't see
rhythms
that.
of play that made their earlier Burnout games so delightful. What a shame then
Yeah,
that the
this-
final
this-
game
yeah, it's
strips away
Burnout
the charm
copyright.
and recognizable elements of Burnout and replaces them with an uninspired selection of race types along largely interchangeable courses.
Are you serious?
And that's before getting into the pervasive slowdowns, game crashes, and severe inconsistency in race difficulty.
Oh man,
Number 4, Anthem.
that looks so trash.
Yeah, we all knew it was coming. Anthem represents a coming home to roost not only for decisions and policies enacted by publisher Electronic Arts, but also certain in-house issues plaguing BioWare. Born of a lengthy crunch cycle and alleged mismanagement, this cooperative sci-fi shooter turned out bafflingly dull, shallow, and devoid of technical polish. Many an aspect of the production came under fire: the bare-bones storyline, the mundane rhythm of firefights, the lack of endgame content. Post-launch, the game hasn't fared much better. BioWare has repeatedly failed to meet its already lackluster roadmap deadlines, and at the time of writing, that roadmap has since been deleted. The game is supposed to have a 10-year plan. It'll be lucky to hit its first anniversary at this rate.
Yeah, it looks too much like Destiny. That's what I was about to say. Too much of Destiny.
Number 3. Generation Zero.
Okay, why this game on the list? Never heard of it. I'm just curious.
What a
the way it
rock-solid
looks.
premise to immediately waste on a second-rate survival game. Set in an alternate version of Sweden during the 1980s, Generation Zero asks the player to venture across a robot-conquered string of darkened fields and abandoned villages in order to prevail.
Yeah, the controls already look kind of
Despite
complex.
the impressive
the
opening
sight.
pitch, the majority of one's time with Generation Zero is an exercise in enduring the lazily designed and monotonous missions. There are also issues of unfair item distribution, boring combat, and the possibility of the game just straight up crashing. Saying that this game is far
What?
from a safe recommendation
Oh no,
would
yeah,
be an
yeah.
understatement.
It needs to be on this list.
Number 2, Eternity: The Last Unicorn.
I already tell right now this. Yeah, this is trash. Piece of
If you're
junk.
going to borrow a sample from design cues of yesteryear, you had best have the development chops, or even just the budget, to back up such a backwards-looking approach. Eternity: The Last Unicorn seemingly sought to combine influences from the likes of late 90s, mid-2000s 3D role-playing games and earlier action
Legend of Zelda.
platformers into a cohesive whole.
Yeah, it's too much
Admirable
like
as the
Legend of
effort may have been
Zelda.
on paper, the
Which they
execution
failed,
on
which
such a
you
plan
try
is what matters
make
most.
another game
And
like it, but you
boy, did
failed.
things not pan out here.
It can't be like Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda is actually a great
Stiff
series.
and unbalanced fights, tedious backtracking, formulaic fantasy adventure
Anybody
story
can tell
beats,
that's a female
aggravating
version of
camera
Link.
placement, virtually no aspect of The Last Unicorn holds up under scrutiny.
Camera angle. Oh my goodness.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, Left Alive.
Left Alive. Once again, I didn't hear about this either.
A spin-off of the Front Mission franchise, Left Alive had one hell of an intriguing hook in its focus on lone soldiers conducting on-foot operations among the devastation wreaked by the Wanzermechs.
Hmm.
But alas, this strong setup and creative input from game industry veterans, such as Kingdom Hearts co-creator Shinji Hashimoto, was not enough to prevent the final product from being
Oh
a
man,
crushing
Kingdom
disappointment.
Hearts is a great
Don't make
game.
this harder than it has to be.
Played
Nova
all of
Slava
them.
is finished no matter what you do.
Its stealth-focused gameplay lacks certain useful features and is hampered by AI enemies who oscillate between incredible ignorance and annoying hypercompetence. Its controls impede play in their awkwardness, its overriding aesthetic a washed-out blur of muted colors. Left Alive failed to stimulate on multiple levels, instead finding itself resigned to oblivion.
Break time, rookie. Maybe we'll get to play again sometime. If you live that long.
So many letdowns, and we're not even at
I'll
the
take
end
their
of the
word for
year
it. It
yet,
doesn't
which
look all
means
that
there's
good.
more terrible
Look like
games to
there's some
come.
control problem.
Alright guys,
That was pretty interesting list, cause quite a few those games I never even heard of. Crackdown 3, I already know about. Crackdown, I only played the first one. I didn't play the second one. Definitely, I'm glad I didn't play the third one. The third one was, yeah, like almost like a downgrade. I actually enjoyed the first one. I really did enjoy it. Other than that, great list. So I know what to save my money on in case I'm ever passing by a GameStop or looking online to download. Avoid those games, especially one that what's name was Crash. I forgot the name of it because it's trash. I don't even want to remember it. And the other game looks too much like Destiny, so I can't agree to that. Too much like Destiny. All right, that pre-go video, ask special requests. Go ahead, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to see react to. Make sure you give a boy a like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. Peace.